Have you ever heard of the Shroud of Turin? To make a long story short, the Shroud of Turin is said to be the cloth in which Jesus Christ's body was wrapped in and buried. The cloth was said to have been found in front of an empty tomb on the third day after Jesus' death. For years, this piece of cloth was treasured and kept as a highly regarded piece of history. It wasn't until the early 1900s that the world of science wanted to get involved and make claims that this shroud was not authentic. So that's when they started doing tests on it. The first thing they found was some pollen that had gotten trapped within the fibers of the cloth. When they tested the fibers of the pollen, they determined that that pollen could have only come from the area around Jerusalem. The second test they did was a radiocarbon dating, which took place in Oxford, Zurich, and Arizona. These results dated the production of the cloth between 1260 and 1390 AD. This scientific proof seemed to confirm that the cloth was a forgery. However, the researchers that did this work were accused of fraud by perhaps switching the samples. The most recent investigation used linen vanillin decomposition as a dating method, and these results showed the cloth between 1300 and 3000 years old. While this makes it probable that the radiocarbon dating was probably an error. The most convincing thing about all of this was that the testing confirmed without a doubt that whoever was wrapped in this cloth had a crown of thorns around their head, was crucified, and had whip marks all over their body. And they were able to sample and prove that because there were blood marks still on the cloth. So they tested it and that was confirmed. Now, a lot of people either believe that this was the cloth that Jesus was wrapped in or it wasn't. I think it's fascinating because whether this cloth was found to be 1300 years old or 3000 years old, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it really matters because our historical timeline has been messed up so much that I don't even know what year it is. And you might laugh at me, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you like videos like this, hit follow. And remember, I love you all, and this is for your entertainment.